यस्यो भवत्भक्तिजनार्तिहन्तुः प्रतिष्ठमेश्वचार्यतूर्णं स्तम्भे अवतारस्तुमनन्यलक्ष्यं लक्ष्मीनृसिंहं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि गुरुभ्यः तद्गुरुभ्यश्च नमो वाकं धीमहि प्रणीमहे च तत्राद्यौ दम्पतीं जगदां पतिः लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामनमच्युतामस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां यो नित्यमच्युतपदां भजेत्मत्मव्यामोहतत्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतो श्रीकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणं शरणं प्रपद्ये माता पिता युवतिस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव निमेन मदन्मयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेर्वकलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्गडगणं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं शतश्च मताह्वयभट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखरयोगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रेण परकार इतीन्द्रमिष्टान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्।
Question would be Astakshara mantram and Dwayam mantram, when they should be chanted and when not to chant, what time of the day, and who is eligible? Is it after Samashrayanam or after Sharanagati? Those types of questions.
Very good, sir. Very good. Very good, sir. First thing, a mantram should never be chanted unless they had Upadesham. A mantram should never be downloaded either from the computer or from the book or by self-learning. Reference, go back to Krishna Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. A mantram should be obtained as upadesham. Computer cannot do upadesham, book cannot do upadesham. So, mantram should be chanted only after upadesham from an acharya. Ashtaksharam or Dvayamantram, they will be done upadesham only when you samashranam. Even Bhagavad Ramanuja, he did not announce Ashtakshara mantram or Dvayamantram from the top of the temple tower. He only announced, if any one of you want to have moksham, come. I have the best of the best mantram that guarantees moksham. Because that samashranam is also called as pancha samskaras. Papa mudra is the first of the pancha samskaras. Sitting on the or standing on the top of a temple tower, there is no way Bhagavad Ramanuja can do samashranam for the people standing on the earth. And Rama meticulously followed dharmam, acharam, anushtanam. Bhagavad Ramanuja lived on the planet earth for 120 years. The full life of expectancy of a human being in the Kali Yuga. Even at advanced age of 120, even when he is unable to stand up, he used to ask two of his students to lift him, put their hands under his arms, and when they're holding him while standing, he used to do the Arghya Pradhanam as part of Sandhya Vandanam. Such a meticulous observer of Dharma, Acharam, Anushtanam. So he will not violate Dharma and give Ashtakshara Mantram from the top of the temple tower. No. He only announced that he has the best of the best mantram that guarantees moksham to anyone and everyone irrespective of caste, gender, or past sins. So Samashrayanam is also called Pancha Samskaras. First one is Tapamudra, then Urdhva Pundram, Dasanamam, then only Mantropadesham, then Bhagavad Aradhana. At the time of Mantropadesham, in the wonderful Vadagara Sampradayam, that is strict adherence to Vedas, only people with Yajnapavitam are given the Ashtakshram with Pranamam. Others without Yajnapavitam are given not even with Pranamam, because Pranavaha Sarvavedeshu, Pranamam should be chanted only by those with Yajnapavitam. But they should get moksham. We cannot discriminate. The same Bhagavan Krishna who says Pranavaha Sarvavedeshu in Bhagavad Gita also said Aksharanam Akarosmi. So Mahatma Deshika crystallized the best way for anyone and everyone to get moksham is for those with Yajnapavitam, with Pranavam, Pranavam Namo Narayanaya. For those without Yajnapavitam, Namo Narayanaya. Then the Dwayam Mantram, then the Charma Shlokam and Sri Mantram. Then when to chant? Those people who have Yajnapavitam must first do in the morning. After Sandhya Vandanam, then only they should chant Ashtaksharam. That Ashtaksharam should be chanted minimum 28 times. If they equal to the number of Gayatris they do in the Sandhya Vandanam, suppose they do 108 Gayatris, they should chant Ashtaksharam also 108 times. Suppose they do Sahasra Gayatri 1008 times, they should chant Ashtaksharam also 1008 times. Other mantras, same thing. Dvay mantram, Charma Shlokam, Sri Mantram, minimum 28 times. For people without Yajnapavitam, chanting is one time only. Ashtaksharam. For people with Yajnapavitam, they are supposed to do 3 times a day Sandhya Vandanam. So after Gayatri Japam, they are also expected to do Ashtakshara Mantra Japam 3 times a day. Dvaya Mantram, counting and doing is called Japam. That is minimum you should do 28 times after Ashtakshara Mantra Japam. But Dhyanam, you can keep chanting without counting. There is no limit. And Dvaya Mantram is the only great thing, irrespective of time, place and circumstances. The people who had Upadesham can chant any number of times, even when they are wearing shoes, even when they are taking an evening walk, even when they are in the restroom or shower, even when they are lying down on the bed and unable to fall asleep. Even ladies in their monthly cycle. Dhyanam, they can chant without counting. Dvaya Mantram. That is the only mantram that is permitted to be chanted anytime. Otherwise, suppose there is a childbirth in the family, 10 days of quarantine period, Ashaucham. Even Ashtaksham cannot be chanted. But Dvaya Mantram can be chanted as Dhyanam, not as Japam, but as Dhyanam. Suppose there is a death in the family. Even Gayatri Mantram should not be chanted. Ashtaksham should not be chanted. But they can do Dvayam as a Dhyanam, not as Japam, Dhyanam. Even during the quarantine period. Even for the ladies during their monthly cycles. In fact, Draupadi did her Sharanagati during her monthly cycle. Bhagavan Sri Krishna accepted her Sharanagati because Sharanagati is so great. It is beyond the limitations of time, place and circumstances. That is why Bhagavad Ramanuja says very clearly, Dvayamardhanusandhanena kevalam madhyevadeya. Charma Shlokam, same time, same thing, same number of times as Ashtakshara, or even minimum 28 times. Srimantram, minimum 28 times. That is the best way to chant. Other people, if they are doing it their own way, it's not for us to comment. We can only quote Bhagavan Sri Krishna and say, Yat Shastra Vidhamusrujya Vartate Kamakaratah Na Sasiddhimavapnoti Na Sukham Na Parangatim Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Karya Karya Vivastatav Jnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karma Kartam Viharhasi. That is called the Sishtacharam. People who want to follow religious dharmas as meticulously as they can. Sudarshan, is the answer clear to your question?
Yes, Swamiji. Thank you very much.
Mistake that Vadagala Sampradayam is partial to those with Yajnapitam. No. Vadagala Sampradayam is the one that guarantees moksha because they do Sharanagati also. And that is what Bhagavad Ramanujacharya said. Tat praptayecha tat padambujadvaya prapattehe anyanname kalpa koti sahasrenapi sadhanamastiti manvanaha. Other than Sharanagati, if somebody is thinking, I am practicing this yoga, this guru, that guru, forget about this lifetime. Even if they take a million lifetimes, there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee that they will get moksha. Whereas by doing Sharanagati and not committing the two forbidden offenses, Anyadevata pujas and Bhagavata Pacharam, you are guaranteed moksha at the end of this life itself. Even if you fail to think of Hari, because that is what a must for everyone to get moksham. Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram. Whereas Bhagavan Sriman Narayana went out of his way as Varahaswami to give an assurance, if they do Sharanagati, at the time of their death, even if they were to die in their sleep or in an unconscious state in a coma, if they cannot think of Hari, Bhagavan Sri Hari promises, Aham smarami madbhaktam nayami paramangatim. Is that clear, sir? Sudarshan.
Yes, Swamiji. Thank you. Is it okay to hear from you the mantram if the time is appropriate?
Did you have Samashrayam?
Yes.
Then your Acharya would have given you.
No, I just okay. I just thought.
If you don't know, since you had Samashrayam, if you have not practiced, then you can come next time, and then when you come next time, yes, definitely you can have.
Sure, Swamiji. Thank you.
And Ashtakshara Mantram is not for sale. An Acharya should never be interested in trying to make money out of Ashrayam. That's why our Acharya said. But the same Krishna said, Mantrahinam Adakshinam. So minimum in the basic Sampradaya, if you have just $2 and 2 bananas or any 2 fruits, that is enough for the Prayashchittam before Samashrayanam. And just another $2 and 2 fruits, 2 bananas, for giving to Bhagavan through the Acharya, after the Samashrayanam and Sharanagati. Samashrayanam Sharanagati is not to make a livelihood. Samashrayanam Sharanagati is done by an Acharya to make sure that the student doing the Sharanagati is guaranteed moksham. That absolute faith must be there. Yes, Vijayarashmi.
Like I didn't have, but by Namasmarana, is there anything which we can do, Swamiji?
You are right, Amma. You can do Namasmarana. For Namasmarana, you don't need Upadesham. Because anybody can do Harinamam.
Okay.
Harinamam, anybody can do. As you keep doing the Harinamam, one day that Bhagavan will be so merciful. He will make sure, he will guide you to the right Acharya. And you will have that Sharanagati. And it is the Sharanagati that guarantees moksha. But by Namasmarana, which comes under Bhakti Yogam, yes, you will get moksha. As you heard, the difference is Markata Kishora Nyayam to Marjala Kishora Nyayam. When you do Namasmarana, the karma that we are going through in this life is called Prarabdha Karma. In addition to the Prarabdha Karma that we have to go through in this life, the happiness and the difficulties, we have enough karma for the next million births, called Sanchita Karma, for the next million births. And the karma can be wiped out by an individual by doing japam. Because there are 4 ways karma can be wiped out. Danam, japam, homam, prayaschittam. For every type of karma that we have got, danam, the scriptures mentions how much gold is to be given in danam. Or japam, how many times we have chant. It runs to millions and millions of times to wipe out all the karmas that we have done. Akrutyanam chakaranam krutyanam varjananchami. Or by doing the homam, or by doing the prayaschittam. These are the 4 ways. Suppose you are doing nama japam. Good. That comes under bhakti yoga. While doing nama japam, if you have wiped out your future karma for the next 1,000 births, you did a good job. But remember, you still have another 99,000 lives to go through, because only 1,000 lives of karma we could wipe through. We could wipe out in this lifetime, or by their chanting in this life. So you still have 99,000 lives of karma waiting for you. Then Krishna comes into picture. If you practice bhakti yogam, and if you are unable to clear all your sanchita karma in one lifetime, which is impossible, then your chanting in this lifetime is not a waste. It has its own positive effect. Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Bhrashta Vijayate. You will be born in a religious family or a very orthodox family if you practiced bhakti yogam and it could not attain perfection in that life. Whereas you suppose in a few lifetimes, you wiped out 99,000 lives worth of karma by your chanting. 99,000 lives of karma. You still have got only 1,000 lives of karma. Then Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Adhava yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam yetadhi dullabhataram janma yadi drusham. When you could clear out 99,000 lives of karma by your chanting, by your japam, with say just a minimum 1% of the karma remaining, you will be taking birth again. But this time, not religious people, not orthodox people, but in the family of Maha Yogis, Adhava Yoginameva Kule Bhavati Dhimatam. Etadhi Dullabhataram Janma Yadi Drusham. Very rare to come across, but if you have practiced bhakti yoga and started doing the japam, when 99% of your karma is wiped out by your japam, only 1% remaining, then you will be born in the family of great yogis, and that will be your last birth. Come in, you don't have to do anything. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, just do Sharanagati. Bhagavan Krishna says, Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. So that's why these two yogas, Bhakti Yoga, is compared to Markata Kishora Nyayam, like a baby monkey holding on to the mother monkey. If the Jivatma has to leave this planet Earth and go to Vaikuntham, it is the Jivatma that has to hold on to Hari, 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 Hari all the time, including at the time of death. If not, or if you cannot chant Hari, Hari in the last minute, you will take another birth. When you do that, then only Bhagavan will transport, like a mother monkey transports a baby monkey. But the baby monkey has to hold on to the feet of the mother. In Bhakti Yogam, you should hold on to the feet of the Lord, including at the time of death, remembering Him. Whereas Sharanagati, you just do Sharanagati. It is the mother cat that will transport the kitten. You don't have to, the kitten doesn't have to do anything, just surrender to the mother. The mother cat will hold the kitten, newborn kitten, so gently and will make sure the kitten will go from this place to the other place. So Sharanagati is like that. When we do Sharanagati and submit to Bhagavan through an Acharya, Bhagavan will transport this Jivatma at the time of death, even if you do not think of Bhagavan. Because if people die, if they go to sleep and they won't wake up, and they die in their sleep. While sleeping, we get weird dreams, we see weird places, weird people. So your mind is not under your control when you are sleeping. And if you were to die in your sleep, how can you think of Hari, Hari in the last minute? Whereas if you do Sharanagati, Krishna says, even if they were to die in their sleep, I will think of them and take them to moksha. Or people may fall sick. They may become unconscious. They may get into a coma. So how can they think of Hari? To do Sharanagati, Bhagavan promises Sriman Narayana. So even if you were to die in a coma, in an unconscious state, you cannot think of him. Bhagavan Srihari says, I will think of them. I will think of those devotees who did Sharanagati and will make sure they will get moksha. That is the greatness of Sharanagati. Markatakayam, Marjala Kishoranyayam. Baby monkey and a mother monkey. Bhakti yoga is like that. Baby monkey should hold on to the feet of the mother, hold on to the stomach of the mother monkey. So in Bhakti Yogam, a devotee always be thinking of Bhagavan, including in the last minute. Whereas Sharanagati is Marjala Kisharanyayam. You do Sharanagati and you submit to the mother like a kitten. The burden of transporting you lies with the mother. The mother cat will hold the baby kitten so gently and will make sure the kitten is transported from one place to the other place. Nama Sankirtana is good. As you do Nama Sankirtana, some people, they do that japam in places like Vrindavan for 20 hours a day. They barely sleep for 4 hours. Why? They want to wipe out all their karma with their chanting. By chanting that Harinamam 20 hours a day. But we don't know how much karma they have cleared. It is Bhagavan who decides. In one life itself, they cleared 50,000 births of karma. Fine. They will have just one more birth. If they cleared only 10,000 lives of karma in this one lifetime, then they have more lives to go through. And again, all these people following Bhakti Yoga, when they clear 90% of their karma, the remaining 10%, they'll be born in Mahayogi's family and Bhagavan will help them to get moksha. Vijay, is the answer clear to you, your question? Today is Ekadashi. And today's Ekadashi is called Putrada Ekadashi. In the lunar calendar, in the month of Shravana, Shukla Paksham Ekadashi is called Putrada Ekadashi. Specifically, Putrada Ekadashi means those people who do not have children, and those people who have girls and not having a son, they specially observe all the rules and regulations and appeal to the mercy of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana to bless them with a son. So Bhagavan Sriman Narayana is glorified on this Ekadashi for those who want to have children, and more specifically a son.
Acharyaji.
Go ahead, mom.
Paratantriyamna enna Acharyaji?
What is it?
What does Paratantriyam mean?
Paratantriyam. Let me see. Complete lack of swatantram. No independent way of doing anything. Paratantriyam. Do what exactly Bhagavan asks you to do. And all great acharyas, they will never give their opinions other than they repeat like a parrot what Bhagavan has given in scriptures. So Paratantra means do exactly as what your Acharya said. And that Acharya would have said exactly what Bhagavan said how to attain moksha. If your Acharya said wake up in the Brahma Muhurtam, you must wake up in the Brahma Muhurtam 1.5 hours before the sunrise. Before you go to bed, look at the time of sunrise the next morning. If suppose tomorrow sunrise is at 6:30 a.m., 96 minutes before that is Brahma Muhurtam. So wake up around 5 a.m., take a shower, and spend your time in prayers, Brahma Muhurtam. If your Acharya said fast on Ekadashi days, you must fast on Ekadashi day. Exceptions, if you are a child below 13, you don't have to fast. If you are an elderly person, whatever you call elderly, 65, 70, 75, you don't have to fast. If you have a chronic health problem and you are on medication, you don't have to fast. Or you are on medication, you have to take medication, so you must eat. Yes. Other than that, or ladies in their monthly cycles should not fast. Yes. Other than that, or ladies in their monthly cycles should not fast. Other than that, everyone else should fast on Ekadashi. There are no exceptions. Putra, so that is called Paratantra. If your Acharya said you must do your japam every day, that's it, you must do. Meticulously following what your Acharya said, especially for moksha prapti, that is called Paratantram. The opposite of Paratantram is Swatantram, means individual freedom. When people say, yes, my Acharya said, stick only to Sriman Narayana. Oh, but I do other Devi Devata pujas. You use your Swatantram, your free will, and you ruined your Sharanagati. Swatantram means do whatever you think is okay. And that will ruin your Sharanagati, because whatever you think is okay may or may not be correct according to the scriptures. If your Acharya said maintain Pativrata Bhakti, because that's what Krishna said, Bhakti hi avyabhicharini, yogena avyabhicharinya. You must follow. If somebody gives a wrong interpretation and say, yeah, Krishna said Bhakti hi avyabhicharini. Yes, my Acharya also said, but I think okay to worship other Devi Devatas. You ruined your Sharanagati. And that's called Swatantram. Your Paratantram is gone. And in Paratantram only, the Acharya will bless you with Sri Vaikuntha Bhakti. So Paratantram, verbatim doing what your Acharya said, including your food. Can I eat today? Yes. Can I eat today? No, because today is Ekadashi. No cooked food. Like any number of examples. Krishna said, Yajna Dana Tapakarma Natyajyam Karyamevatat. Even if you do Sharanagati, yes, your moksham is guaranteed. But three things you cannot avoid, even after Sharanagati. Yajnam, sitting before Agni and offering the ahutis to Bhagavan. Yajnam, Danam, giving to charity for a noble cause. Tapaha, meditation on the Supreme Lord Krishna. Yajna Dana Tapakarma Natyajyam Karyamevatat. There we have no choice. Following that, Paratantram. Not following that, Swatantram. Paratantram guarantees moksham. Swatantram, today we take concessions. Tomorrow we end up doing all the forbidden things. And when we do some forbidden things, even our Sharanagati is cancelled. Is that clear, ma? Paratantram, Hema? అర్థం కాలేదు.
స్వామీజీ ఒకసారి మేల్కోట గురించి చెప్తారా స్వామీజీ?
I'm not able to follow. What is it?
మేల్కోట స్వామీజీ.
Melkote. We'll come back. Let us focus on this thing. That lady asked, anyway, even though she dropped out. Is that clear to all of you, ma? What is Paratantram? What is Swatantram?
Yes, Swamiji.
In Sharanagati, Paratantram is a must. Even when somebody is dead, Sri Vaishnavas don't use the word that person is dead. What do they say, ma, if somebody is dead? In strict Sri Vaishnava language?
Acharya Tirupati.
Exactly. That Jivatma attained the feet of his Acharya. If by then the Acharya has already gone to Vaikuntham, they say this person, this lady, that man has died. They say this person attained the lotus feet of his Acharya. So, Kainkaryam is not only here. As Krishna says, Tadvidhe pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Seva, service, Kainkaryam to Bhagavat, Bhagavata, Acharyas is not just limited to this life. Is there even after our leaving the body. Can you give one best example, Amma, that even after leaving the body, Orthodox Vaishnavism says the Jivatma will be craving to serve their Arya. Give one solid example, Amma. Entaya?
Shabari.
Exactly, Shabari, wonderful example, sir. Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra is there standing in front of her. She offered hospitality to Rama. Rama wanted to know the great Maharshis whom Shabari served. They wanted to see the places of their doing the yajnas, etc. Shabari had shown all of them. Then Shabari did not say, okay, Rama, I want to serve you now. No. Shabari said, Rama, give me permission to leave the body. Let my soul go to Sevaikuntham to serve my acharyas. That is called absolute surrender to one's acharya. That a student not only wants to do Kainkaryam to acharya in this lifetime, but not just this lifetime, even after leaving the body in Sevaikuntham. Shabari is the best example. Shabari Moksha Sakshi Bhuta. When Shabari didn't even ask Rama for moksham and simply said, give me permission to leave the body and go to my acharyas to do Kainkaryam, Nitya Kainkaryam. How much more we should be thinking. That's why Mahatma Vedanta Deshika says in Raghuvira Gajam, Shabari Moksha Sakshi Bhuta. And that Paratantram is guaranteed to lead to moksha. And that is what exactly Madhurakavi Alvar said. Kanninu Siruthambinan Katuna Panne Brahmayan Ennappanal. Is that clear, ma?
Yes, Swamiji. Again.
The Dwayamantram. Dwayamantram, that we surrender at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. And we offer our prostrations to that Lord Sriman Narayana. Why is it so great? Because first of all, there are two lines. It's called a Dwayam Mantram. Sriman Narayana Charano Sharanam Prabhajye, then Srimati Narayana Namaha. There are two lines, so it's called a Dwayam Mantram. The Dwayam Mantram starts with a Sri. Sriman, one who is always associated with the Sri. That Sri herself, just as Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, is called Shadgunya Paripurna. Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Teja, Shadgunya Paripurna is Bhagavan. So Shadgunya Paripurnatvam. Mahalakshmi also has the 6 qualities. Number 1, she is the only one who is resorted to by all the Jivatmas for their moksham. And second meaning, Sri Mahalakshmi pleads, argues, fights, and convinces Sriman Narayana to accept our Sharanagati. She listens to all the prayers of all the Jivatmas who surrendered to her. She will make sure that Sriman Narayana listens to all the prayers that we offer. She will destroy all our karma that is standing in our way to attain salvation. She will wipe out all that karma. And she will make sure that she will condition our brains in such a way that we'll be thinking of only moksham, how to attain moksham, and nothing other than that. Rest of it are all just very, very temporary. These are the 6 special qualities of Mahalakshmi when she is addressed as a Sri Mahalakshmi. This is the Shadgunya Paripurnatvam of Sri Mahalakshmi. So what does it mean, Sriman Narayana Charano Sharanam Prabhajye? It can be interpreted as that Sriman Narayana, it looks as though we are addressing, hey Sriman Narayana, hey Sriman Narayana, I take shelter at your feet. I do Sharanagati at your feet. It can also be interpreted, Sriman Narayana Charano Sharanam Prabhajye. I do Sharanagati at the divine lotus feet of Sriman Narayana. Because the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana are the most auspicious ones. So, altogether, what does the first part mean? Sriman Narayana Charano Sharanam Prabhajye. That we take refuge at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. He and he alone is called the Supreme Lord. He and he alone is called Bhagavan. Of course, same as his incarnations, Narayana is identically the same as his Lakshmi Nrsimha, same as Bhagavan Ramachandra, the same as Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So we take refuge at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Rama, Krishna, or Narasimha, or Sriman Narayana. And this act of doing Sharanagati at the feet of Sriman Narayana is called the Upayam. Upayam means the means of attaining salvation. Or even you can add one more word and say the guaranteed means. It is the guaranteed path to attain salvation. Guaranteed path. The second part, Srimate Narayanaya Namaha. What is the benefit that we attain Nitya Kainkaryam? The external meaning is, I offer my prostrations to Sriman Narayana. But there is a subtle meaning or a deeper meaning. May I be an eternal servant of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. I am not for myself. I am not for Swartantram. I want only Paratantram. And it also means nothing is mine. Mam Madiyancha Niklam Chetana Chetanatmakam Swakainkaryo Pakaranam Varada Swikuru Swayam. Krishna, nothing is mine, Krishna, everything is yours. There is nothing is called as mine, everything is yours. Even myself, I am your servant. And I am meant only to serve you. I don't do anything for my own benefit. I am not even doing anything. If something is happening through me, it is the most merciful Bhagavan who is using me as an instrument for the things that are happening to glorify Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. The Jivatma is only an instrument. And whatever we do is only for the pleasure of the Bhagavan. That's why whatever we do, we say Bhagavad Agnya, Sriman Narayana Prityardham. Orthodox people, even the food that they are taking, they don't consider that as eating some food because they are hungry. They don't think of that way. Orthodox people always think even the food that we are taking is prasadam, that is food offered to Bhagavan, and even that prasadam you are taking not because you like that tamarind rice or not that you like that yogurt rice, even that you are taking it as an offering to the Antaryami, as an offering to the Antaryami. That's why Orthodox people, before taking the meal, they take 5 specks and then use it as ahutis for the prana. So the first part of Dvayamantram indicates that we are taking the means of attaining salvation. The means of attaining salvation is called upayam. And the second part indicates the upayam, the fruit. By doing Sharanagati, what is it that you are getting? Eternal service to the Lord. That's why Mahatma Deshika says, Sharanagati, if you want to sum up, Etad dehavasane mam tvatpadam prapayasvayam. Deha avasane. You cannot say, I am in a rush to meet Bhagavan. Let me commit suicide now. No, that's not permitted. The minute you think, let me commit suicide, there is no paratantram, there is swatantram. And we lose our Sharanagati. So, Dvayamantram indicates that I surrender at the feet of Narayana, which is the means, and the benefit I am going to get is eternal Kainkaryam, Nitya Kainkaryam. Attaining Sivai Kuntham is not for enjoyment. You will enjoy, but enjoy not drinking, dancing. But you attain Sivai Kuntham because you wanted to enjoy the divine pleasure of being with Bhagavan or Divya Dampatis. That much of special significance is there for the Dvayamantram. Is that clear? Just for you to recollect. The Ashtakshara mantra. So let's go to one at a time. Ashtakshara mantra. Now that you know the significance of Sharanagati, now come to Ashtakshara. The Ashtakshara mantra reads as, for those with Yajnapavitam, Om Namo Narayanaya. For those without Yajnapavitam as Am Namo Narayanaya. It starts with Om. That Om is a combination of Akara, Ukara, Makaras. Akaram, Vishnu Vacham, refers to Mahavishnu, Sriman Narayana. U, A-U-M, U, refers to Sri Maharishmi. Or it also means only. And the third letter M, Makaram, stands for the Jivatma. Jivatma being the 25th Tattva, and the Makaram being the 25th letter in Sanskrit. Not the vowels among the consonants. Kakha, Gagha, Ignya, 5 letters. Cha-cha, ja-ja, na. Ta-ta, da-dha, na. Ta-tha, da-dha, na. Then you have Papa, Baba, Ma. So that Makaram is the 25th letter representing the Jivatma among the 26 tattvas, 26th being Paramatma himself. Do anyone of you remember what are the 26 tattvas, Amma? Last time I explained. I'm just trying to say because I know it is very difficult for you to remember all these things in just listening once or twice. Anyone of you, Amma, what are the 26 tattvas?
కొన్ని గుర్తున్నాయి స్వామిజీ. ఫస్ట్ ది ప్రకృతి చెప్పారు, 24th మైండ్ చెప్పారు, 25th జీవాత్మ, 26th పరమాత్మ అంటారు.
So from number 1 you jump to 25th, right, Amma? Very good.
24th స్వామిజీ, 24th is
24th,
మైండ్ అని
okay.
చెప్పింది.
Emma, anyone of you, Emma?
Narayan Swamiji, 5 Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas.
Very good, Emma. You remember more. Very good. Ma, if anyone of you are good at taking notes, take it and send it to me. I'll edit and send it to all of you, ma. If not, I'll try my best to prepare. Okay, these are the 26 tattvas, ma. If you are making a note of it. Number 1, the first tattvam is called matter, prakriti. The second one is called mahat. Prakriti transforms into mahat. Mahat means the supreme one. And into that, the ahankara comes in. The third one is called the ahankara, the sense of I. 1, 2, 3, prakriti, mahat, ahankara. 3 are done. Then you have the panchabhutas. Prithvi, apas, tejo, vayu, akashat. Prithvi, earth. Apa, water. Teja, fire. Vayu, air. Akasha, ether, the sky. The 5 panchabhutas. The next 5 are the 5 qualities of the panchabhutas. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. They are also called the tanmatras. The 5 attributes of the 5 elements. Prithvi, earth. The quality of that is the smell. Gandham. On a hot afternoon, if it rains, just go outside. You can smell the earth. You can smell. Water. Its quality is a taste. Water taste. Teja, fire. Fire gives light, and through light you can see rupam. The shape is the quality of fire. Vayu, wind, air. Sparsha, when the wind blows, you can feel. It feels cool to the skin. It feels hot to the skin because of Vayu. The quality of Vayu is the sparsha, the touch. Sky, the tanmatra, the quality of the sky is the sound, shabdam. So, Prithvi, apas, tejo, vayu, akashat, the panchabhutas, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. The 5 qualities of the 5 elements. Panchabhutas 5 qualities, another 5, 10. The 5 jnanendriyas. Tvak, chakshu, shrotra, jikva, grana. The tongue, the skin, the eyes, the ears, and the nose. The 5 jnanendriyas, senses of knowledge. Then we have the 5 senses of action. Vak, pani, pada, payu, upastha. The mouth that can talk, that is karma. Talking is karma. The hands that can do all the work, the feet that can walk, the excretion from the body, all the ways, and the reproductive system, the 5 karmendriyas. So, 20 plus the first 3, 23. 24th tattvam is the mind that controls all these jnanendriyas and karmendriyas. The 25th tattvam is the Jivatma, and the 26th tattvam is the Paramatma. So the first pranamam, Om, made up of A, U, and M, means Jivatma is the servant of Mahavishnu and Sri Mahalakshmi. A, U, M. M, the Jivatma, is the servant of A, Vishnu, to Mahalakshmi. Jivatma is the servant of Sri Mahavishnu and Sri Mahalakshmi. And when you refer, if you think that you refers to the word only, that means Jivatma is subservient to Sriman Narayana only. When you say Sriman Narayana, it is understood Mahalakshmi is there, always associated with Sriman Narayana as Nityanapayini. When you say Sriman Narayana, Narayana is alone, Narayana is with Mahalakshmi. That is Om. Namo. Namo is actually Namaha. Means I offer my salutations to Sriman Narayana. Or if you speak that word Namaha, not mine, not mine. When you say Namaha, means, number one, I am not mine. I am a servant of the Lord. I belong to the Lord. I don't have any independence. I only have Paratantram. Namaha, not mine. Nothing is mine. Mam madiyancha nikhilam chetana chetanatmakam svakayankaryopakarnam. Nothing is mine. Everything belongs to the Lord. Namaha, even that swatantram is not mine. I am not independent. I am completely dependent on Bhagavan. Ownership. I am not the owner. I am not the master of matter. I am not the master of Prakriti. I am not the master of myself. Bhagavan Narayana is the master. Namaha indicates so many things. Then Narayanaya. So Nara means which doesn't perish, means the Jivatma. There is no death for Jivatma. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha. So Nara means the group of Jivatmas also, the multitude of Jivatmas. Nara is also another name of Mahavishnu. So Nara means those belonging to Nara, namely belonging to Sriman Narayana. Everything belongs to Narayana. That means the Jivatmas, Chetanas, and the Achetana Prakriti also belong to Narayana. Then what is this ayana? Nara ayana. Ayana means the resting place, the support. Ayana also means the means, ayana also means the objective, the final end result. So Narayana literally means, if you take ayana as a resting place, Narayana means one who is the resting place of all the jivatmas and the achetanas. Prakriti and chetanas are resting on Narayana. Or it can also mean Sriman Narayana is there in your heart, Antaryami. So Narayana means one whose the resting place are the Naras. Because we depend on Bhagavan. In turn, Bhagavan is there resting in our Jivatma. That means Chetanas and Achetanas, they abide. They rest on Narayana. If you look at the other way, Narayana is there as Antaryami in everyone. He is the soul of the Chetanas and the Achetanas. So Narayana means he is the resting place of all the Jivatmas and the Prakriti. The second meaning is Sriman Narayana rests as Antaryami in all Chetanas and Achetanas. So when you say all Chetanas and Achetanas are resting on Narayana, he is the resting place of all Chetanas, and the Chetanas is called Bahirvyapti, external manifestation. When you say Narayana is there as Antaryami of all Jivatmas and Prakriti, that is called Antarvyapti, inside. Because Bhagavan is intimately connected with all Chetanas and Achetanas. That is why Krishna says, Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam hriddeshya jnatishtate as Antaryami. Then what is Bahirvyapti? At the time of the Pralayam, at the end of the day of Brahma, or at the end of 100 years of Brahma, the Jivatmas which did not get moksham and the Prakriti, where will they be? They are always resting on Narayana. If suppose you use the meaning of ayana means upaya, the means, what does it mean? Then Nara, referring to Narayana, Mahavishnu, he is the means of attaining salvation. He is the means. And how do you interpret if that is the result? That means the end result is attaining him. That means he is the fruit of all our meditation. He is the fruit, he is the phalam of all our sharanagati. That means we attain him. So if you want to sum up, What does Ashtakshara mean? Very simply, number one, I offer my prostrations to Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. Number two, I surrender myself to Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. I am existing only for the pleasure of the Lord. Even I surrender the burden of my protection to my Lord Narayana. I surrender even the phalam of attaining salvation to my Narayana. Kartrutva tyagam, phala tyagam. I am the servant of Sriman Narayana and Mahalakshmi. I am not a servant of anyone else. I don't have any independence. I don't have swatantram. I am completely into Narayana. I am meant only to serve the Lord and Mahalakshmi. I do service only to Sriman Narayana and Sri Mahalakshmi. I do not belong to myself. I have nothing as mine. Sriman Narayana is the only means. Sriman Narayana is the only fruit. We use Sriman Narayana to attain Sriman Narayana. My protection is his responsibility. And he will bless me with salvation only to serve him. I belong only to my Lord. I do Sharanagati only to do Nitya Kainkaryam to Bhagavan. This many meanings are there in the Ashtakshara mantra. We'll go through one more time, Amma. I know it is difficult to grasp in one sitting. We'll go through one more time. I think it is past 12 o'clock. Let's do Mantraya Parasotram and close, Amma. Bhagavadagya Sriman Narayana Prichabdham Madhyam Sanjasmaya Mantraya Parasotram Parayanam Karishe. Hari Om Asmadgurun Sarvagurubhyo Namaha. Asmad Paramgurun Sarvagurubhyo Namaha. Tvairakshat Rakshaka Himanyi Tvacharakshak Rakshaka Himanyi Nishadi Shyamacham Bhare Vegavati Rashayatva. Ahobri Gaurishamache Krupavashat Karusanathanam Lakshmana Samargita Bhagam Lakshmi Simam Sharanam Prapajye. Sri Shuruvacha Rutotpala Vishalaksham Pakshashadishtam.
Namaste.
Sri Shuruvacha Rutotpala Vishalaksham Pakshashadishtam. Sri Havajam Praptam Sabalavakam Jideshtam. Padavatalam Murthavishat Vishtapam. Yotim Sakil Nakshatra Yolam Himanate. Sarve Indra Sarvam Sarva Sarvada. Narvasimacheva Ishrupamatana. Yotim Sakil Nakshatra Yolam Himanate. Sarve Indra Sarvam Sarva Sarvada. Narvasimacheva Ishrupamatana. Every meeting Kitah Bhutavitara Rashasaha. Sakalam Bhadramashute. Sakalam Papsam Bhutum Shatugunanitam. Suvidhayatri Vedanam. Hayatri Vedanam. Dasabhuta Sata Sarve Hatmana Paramatanaha. Dasabhuta Hatmana Paramatanaha. Shankari Nadrat Proktam Padanam Tatrinayam. Shankari Nadrat Proktam Padanam Tatrinayam. It is the Paradam Samaptam. Om Astakshari Parvadabhinam Sarvadabhinam. Yakshapata Brishta Matra Hinam Tadbhavet Sarum Shapitan Deva Narayana Namaste Visargavin Matra Padakshan Chanyuna Chaitanya Shvaspushotama Sarvabhacharan Samastabhacharan Samasva Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu Karmasaram Sri Krishna Arpanamastu Om Sri Rangana Shilgopidindrishtam Lakshmi Samasharit Kurnik Patram Sri Rangaviruraj Shilgoprajam Vedanta Desham Vijay Srimati Shivan Shilgopashri Vedanta Deshana Mahadeshkaya Namaha अस्मदाचार्य दिव्य तिरुवडिगळे शरणं
नारायणाय तिरुवनसे कन्नडनादिविषयतपोदक्षिकतीर्यदीन्दवाम्रवते मुदेस्तुषिभे सिद्धीन्दवहार्यशिहाय नमः अकृत्यम् अस्मदाचार्यदिव्ये शरणं